Wow. Welcome back to Grade 7 Prep, guys. We're glad you guys are watching again. We miss you guys and hope you guys are having a good stay-at-home time. Today, we're going to be talking about self-esteem.
Randy, what do you think self-esteem is?
Well, I think self-esteem is how you think about yourself. So you can have high self-esteem where you think of yourself highly and that you think good things about yourself or that you're capable of things, or you can have low self-esteem where you maybe don't think so highly of yourself and maybe you don't feel as capable of doing things.
So then, why do you think it's important to have a really healthy, high self-esteem?
I think it's important because it makes us more willing to try new things because we're not so scared of messing things up because we know that we can grow from certain situations. So that kind of falls into the idea of a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. So a fixed mindset is kind of like you think that you're always going to be the exact same way that you are right now. You think that there's nothing you can do to change, where a growth mindset sees challenges as something you can overcome and something you can grow to do. Yeah.
Wow. So if I have a healthy self-esteem, then maybe I'm going to be more willing to try new things.
Yeah.
Or make mistakes and learn from them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that's part of that growth mindset. A growth mindset kind of sees those challenges as something to learn from instead of like a wall blocking you from completing things.
Yeah.
But
Randy, what about when I mess up though? So if there's something that I'm doing that I think I'm doing well, or I'm being like I'm doing something that I'm really good at, but then what if I fail at it or don't really do it in the way that I want to, and then I don't actually feel good about myself after?
Yeah, a lot of people who have achieved things fail because in order to achieve something, you usually have to learn along the way. So maybe you don't get it perfectly right the first time, but if you have a growth mindset or high self-esteem, you can say, oh, I made this mistake, so what can I change next time so that I can overcome that thing? And maybe you make 1,000 mistakes on the way, but at the end of the day, you learned 1,000 things, you know?
Yeah.
And you get to a place where maybe you overcome something. And part of having that growth mindset or that high self-esteem is understanding that sometimes things are hard and sometimes we fail at things, but those are the times where we can learn and become the people that we're supposed to be.
So what about though when people talk about me in a mean way or not so good way, and then that ends up making me feel bad too?
Yeah, I'm very sorry if that happens. Nobody deserves to be talked to in a way that is mean or makes you feel bad. But the awesome thing about self-esteem is that self-esteem doesn't need to come from people around you or from things you accomplish. Self-esteem comes from inside you. So it's when you look at yourself and say, at the end of the day, I'm valuable, I have worth, and even when I make these mistakes, I'm worth something.
Wow. So Randy, I think you have a pretty good grasp actually on what self-esteem is. I hope that Randy was a really good teacher for me, so I hope that Randy will be a good teacher for all of you. And sometimes if you guys need a little bit more of a pick-me-up in your guys' self-esteem, or maybe it's feeling a little bit low one day, or you guys are stuck in that fixed mindset that Randy was talking about, you guys can always do this really cool, fun activity that we are actually transitioning into right now and about to tell you guys what it is. So these are our self-esteem jars.
Woo! Woo, woo, woo! It's a jar.
So you guys can use any jars that you guys have at home. They can be these mason jars. It can be
An old pasta jar.
Old pasta jar.
Yeah.
It can be little, just a little thing. I don't know what jar that would be. But
Something in your recycling.
something in your recycling.
Yeah.
Anything that you could put stuff in. Basically, use your creativity.
It could be a box.
It could be a box.
That's
Self-esteem box.
Pretty crazy.
Self-esteem bag.
Oh.
We're gonna make a next video of all the stuff you can do instead of a jar. But the whole point is you want to have something to put a whole bunch of stuff in, okay? That would, you can always go back to, and you can always look in it and remind you of all the things that make you feel good about yourself and, you know, raise your self-esteem when some days it might be a little bit low. So what you guys are gonna do, we already have our jars here. You guys can have different slips of paper. You guys can do it, making it rain. You guys can write things on these papers and put them in your jar / bag, box, whatever. And then you guys can write some stuff in here and put them in your jar. So what you guys will write is you guys can write 5 things for each category. And each category is, you write 5 things that you are proud of. Put them in the jar. 5 things that are your favorite memories.
Favorite memories.
I guess 5 favorite memories of yours. You guys also write 5 achievements that you guys have done so far. So something that you maybe didn't think that you could have achieved, but you actually did it, and you want to be reminded of that every single day. So you guys can write 5 of those, put them in your jar. And then last but not least, you guys can write about 5 people that you love and put them in your jar. Because if you have people that you love in your jar here, then it'll make you guys remember that there's people that care for you and love you in your life and that you can go to trust.
Yeah.
So you guys can write more than 5 for each one if you want.
You can make your own categories if you want.
You can make your own categories to fill up your jar. You can also color coordinate the strips of paper to the different categories if you want. Or you can decorate your jar however you'd like, put your name on it. I did the categories at the top here, like so. It's probably backwards. Oh no, it won't be.
And then you have markers to match.
Yes.
You're so organized, Jenan. Look at that.
Very beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, honey. Use your creativity and your imagination to to decorate it however you want, but the whole point in this is to write a bunch of stuff in your jar that'll make you feel great about everything that you have done, all the people around you, and what you're proud of. So whenever there's, you know, something that doesn't make you feel that great, or your self-esteem is going a bit low some days, you can always remember to have your jar and just open it up and take 1 slip out, 5 slips out, doesn't matter, as many as you need to boost your self-esteem.
I've thought of one thing to add to my jar already, so I'm going to put it in.
Thanks.
Next week, we're going to be talking about some feelings and some different friendship situations you might come into in grade 7. So yeah, don't forget to submit any questions in the Google link in the description. We've already got a good amount of very interesting questions.
Very interesting questions.
So we'll answer those at the last video of the series. We're going to do a big question and answer video, and yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay safe, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Miss you. Bye.